As you know, yesterday was the one-year anniversary of the Parkland shooting, and based on being a co-founder of March for Our Lives and all that has happened in this past year, how do you think in the U.S. we've progressed in limiting acts of gun violence?
I think we have definitely made some progress, but not as much as I'd love to see. I think that this is only the very tip of the iceberg. I know that there's been laws passed in some states, some corporations have taken guns off shelves. There's all kinds of different acts that have been happening, yet the amount of gun violence that happens in this country hasn't been lowered or declined or hasn't ended at all. Mm-hmm. So therefore there needs a lot more work to be done and a lot more persistence when it comes to this journey, I think, for sure.
Yeah. So you became famous when you were giving your speech in DC for the March for Our Lives, and you threw up on stage, and instead of leaving the stage, you got back up and you said, "I just threw up on stage," and you just kept talking. So how can that and other instances in your life inspire teens like you to bounce back up after they fall down or mess up?
This idea of making a mistake, it for a lot of people is an ultimate failure. Like, you make one mistake and then you can no longer progress forward in the passions or the goals that you have in your life. And that's certainly not the first. Throwing up on stage that time was not the last time I've done it, and I haven't given up on my activism journey thus since. And I guess what happened to me that day is a metaphor for something a lot larger, and it is essentially that even though there's going to be moments in your life that might define you, and even though people are always going to recognize you or put a label on you or make you feel as if you have to sit within this box, you don't. And you get to be the person who defines your failures and your achievements, not anybody else. And with that power and acknowledging your own power is the only way you'll be able to get up and brush yourself off and proceed forward.
How have you changed as a person throughout the year from the beginning of your journey as an activist to now?
Well, I definitely have matured a lot. There's a lot of very mature content when it comes to this form of activism. There's a lot of people that I've met that I've never been able to meet, a lot of experiences that I've had. I feel like it's definitely hardened me, but it's also opened up my heart a lot more. Also, I find that I changed physically because now I have all these new challenges to face, such as PTSD and all these post-shooting operations that I have to deal with. So it's been quite a journey balancing being a survivor of a shooting and also being an activist, but I think they go together well hand in hand because I heal through my activism, and the more that I know that I'm impacting and inspiring other people, the better that I feel.
As a teen activist yourself, what's your biggest advice for us teens who might also want to be an activist or stand up for something that we're passionate about?
I guess my word of advice is that you're never too young. I know that a lot of people will discourage you because of your age, because of your experience, or even maybe because of where you live. But the truth is that there are always going to be people out there who want to fight for the better good for humanity. And there's always going to be people out there who believe in you and your passion and your goals. And all you have to do, especially at this age, is network with those people and collaborate with those people so that you're not just speaking to a room of nobody. And in fact, you're speaking to a room of like-minded people who want to further that goal and see it, flourish. And I think that's very important, is getting in connection with people your age, like-minded, who really want to make an impact. And that's pretty much the recipe to success when it comes to any movement.
Well, that's great advice. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.